Christian, here we are less than 2 weeks now away from Election Day, and early voting has been underway, of course, for weeks. For most tri-state voters, voting early means a visit to the local board of elections or perhaps the county clerk's office.
But as reporter Pat LaFleur tells us, for those voters who can't or don't drive, sometimes that trip is a challenge.
Downtown resident and stay-at-home dad Andy Schenk relies on Cincinnati Metro for nearly every trip he makes.
My wife and I don't own a car, so we use the bus to go everywhere.
Including making the trip up to Norwood to cast his vote early.
It's about a 30-minute ride on the bus, but with walking to the bus and walking from the bus to the Board of Elections is about a 45-minute trip. Even though it comes pretty frequently, it's not a very quick bus. It doesn't take a super direct route, and it has a lot of stops.
In the previous presidential election of 2016, the long bus ride up to Norwood wouldn't have been necessary. At the time, the county's Board of Elections had an office downtown, but in 2017, officials closed that office. Board of Elections Director Sherry Poland said they moved the office to Norwood to make it more centrally located within the county and to encourage more early voting.
Ever since we moved the Board of Elections to Norwood, the number of voters who have chose to vote early in person have at least doubled in every similar election cycle.
The elections office on Smith Road is within walking distance of bus stops serving at least 3 Metro bus lines. Poland said transit access is one of many factors her board considers when establishing polling locations for Election Day.
The transit is taken into consideration. We also try, if we can, to make it within walking distance.
While that helps on Election Day, Schenk said he hopes the Elections Board will consider other, more transit-central locations for future early voting locations.
If we put the Board of Elections in a place like Uptown, for instance, that has numerous highway interchanges but also has really good bus service from all over the county, it would make it much easier for residents to vote.
And then there's the walk from the bus stop to the elections office.
A lot of the roads are very wide, and so cars are driving fast. Like I said, not all parts of the intersection had crosswalks. I would strongly encourage the Board of Elections to focus on pedestrian infrastructure around the site and to also be working with Metro and with other organizations to make sure that bus service serves that area properly.
Pat LaFleur, WCPO 9 News.